In the age of splendid flourishing of the 19th century, the great nation of France, with its flag held high and pride unyielding, embarked upon a journey to establish its dominion over the vast and wondrous continent of Africa. What followed was a chapter in history that, though gilded with laurels of achievements for the French, left behind a somber trail of tragedies and sorrows for the native inhabitants. This narrative seeks to cast light upon the lingering shadows of French colonialism and its profound impact on the lives of many to this very day. As the century approached its close, the majestic tricolor was spread over lands far and wide, with French officials taking heartless measures to enforce control and extract wealth. The policies they ruthlessly imposed were designed to exploit the bountiful resources and the resilient spirit of African people. While the French coffers swelled, the indigenous population bore the burden of suffering and loss. One cannot recount the tale of French colonialism without acknowledging its darkest stains, marked by blood and brutality. The year 1944 saw one such grievous event, the Thiaroye Massacre, where French forces coldly turned their guns on African soldiers who dared to demand their rightful pay for their valiant service in the Second Great War. This heinous act, among many, symbolizes the systemic oppression and callousness that marred the colonial era. The exploitation extended beyond human cruelty to the very soil of Africa itself. From the rich seams of uranium in Niger to the fertile fields yielding crops, Africa's wealth flowed unceasingly to fuel the growth and splendor of France. Yet, beneath the facade of progress lay the stark reality of impoverished nations, stripped of their riches and left to languish in destitution. The legacy of colonial misdeeds is etched deeply into the present day, manifest in the form of rampant poverty, lack of opportunities, and widespread malnutrition among African societies. Statistics paint a grim picture. Over half of the youth in several African nations find themselves bereft of employment, millions of children face the agony of malnourishment, and the elderly perish due to inadequate sanitation and clean water. These figures are not mere abstraction. They represent lives curtailed and dreams withered, consequences of an exploitative history. The visual tales of suffering and hardship speak volumes. Emaciated children, disheartened youth, and elders worn by the ravages of time and neglect.